All right, Kirk, just being here today, giving back to the kids and seeing the smiles on their face, what's it like for you?
It's great. I mean, being a part of Allstate these last few years, this is maybe the greatest thing that I've been a part of with them. Just the initiative and what they're trying to do with the All Hands In program, where they actually go out into these communities. They're going to do it all over the country this year. This is the first one, obviously, being the first week of the college football season, and in this case, there was a need for a garden, and to be able to see the volunteers put that together for them, and see the kids are actually going to partake and plant the plants and harvest them and watch it really come alive right in front of their eyes. I think there's some great value there. So to be able to be a small part of that and represent Allstate's always great.
Seeing guys like Devonta and Freeman, or Devonta and Courtney here, guys at Florida State and Alabama, just how cool is that, obviously, with the game and everything?
Well, I think that's what's neat about, of course, two Atlanta Falcon football players that play on the same team in college. Ironically enough, they played on opposite teams, Florida State and Alabama, and they're going against each other in a fun way. But to see, obviously, them put that down and come out here and volunteer their time is huge. The volunteers who have come out, who are from Florida State and Alabama, I think that's really what Allstate's trying to do with this, is try to get people to kind of knock down some of those barriers and come together for a good cause, and that's what they've been able to do here.
Just some general thoughts on tomorrow's a big game and Bama, looking for another one.
I'm just fired up. It's college football season. I called a game Thursday night with Ohio State and Indiana. It's just there's just something about college football. It just gets the emotions going, and it's always fun to see. And in this case, we got number 1 against number 3 in Florida State and Alabama. And to me, we're going to find out who the top dog is between those two teams, but we're also going to find probably a team, as long as they compete, even the team that loses isn't necessarily out of the playoff. They're still in a really good spot.
Can you talk about what Nick Saban has done at Alabama? Just seems like year in and year out he recruits the top of the country.
Sometimes when somebody is doing such excellence, we have a tendency to not appreciate them until they're retired or until they've moved past that kind of dynasty mode that they were in. For me, I've had a front row seat the entire time that Coach Saban's been there, and I thought, okay, after 1 or 2 or 3 championships, they'll probably have some complacency set in, but they don't. They tend to just not ever go away, and all I can do is I'm always asking him, how do you do this? Like, how do you maintain such a high level of quality of program? And he has certain theories, and he's very private with how he does that, but I really appreciate and value this dynasty. It's the 10th straight year they've been one of the top teams in the country.
What do you think just about some of the challenges for Alabama tomorrow?
Well, I think the biggest challenge for Alabama is going to be dealing with DeAndre Francois, the Florida State quarterback, who's an incredible athlete, one of the toughest kids that I saw play college football last year as a freshman. If Florida State's going to stay in the game, he's going to have to make plays, running and throwing and doing what he did a year ago.
Real quick, just your thoughts on Jalen Hurts. He impressed everybody last year. Just, what do you think he's going to come out here to?
Well, first, I think Calvin Ridley is going to have a monster year. I'm going to say that right now before the ball is snapped. I think Calvin Ridley now has a system with Brian Dable coming in from the NFL where they're going to take advantage of his skill set. So I think you're going to see a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and I think Ridley's going to have a huge year, and I think he'll have a huge night against Florida State. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to quiet whatever critics are out there. I don't know how you can criticize a freshman quarterback that leads his team to a national title, but whoever is criticizing him, I think he'll quiet them with this new system, a better understanding of the system, and I think you'll see him throw the football and make much better decisions in 2017.